But what we're going to do today is do decomposing a function as a composition. So we want to take apart the composition using two functions. Now, there may possibly be more than one answer. And I'm not going to go through and go every answer, but I'll try to do more than one. That way, if you're going, well, I would have, you're right, you're probably right. So this is h of x, and h of x they're claiming is f of g. I'm going to refer to g as being the guts, the insides, however you want to put it. That might help you remember what you're looking for to take out. And what you want to do is look at this whole picture and go, what can I take out and put x in its place and leave it alone? Here's what you cannot do. You cannot let g of x equal x. You cannot let f of x equal x. They have to be something else. Okay, so and sometimes it may be easier to identify g of x. So I can look at this going, well, g of x is equal to x squared minus 8, then f of x would have to be the cube root of x. Whatever you take out, you replace it with x, opposite of what we've done before. Now, another possibility for f of x and g of x. Maybe g of x plus x squared. That would make f of x to be the cube root of x minus 8. Okay, again, cannot you make g of x equals x, you cannot make f of x equal g of x, or equal x. Because if I let g of x equal x, then, first of all, that wouldn't work here. But if I let f of x equal x, then this whole thing here will be g of x. Okay, but don't overthink it. Just look at what's inside. Okay, so let's try another one. I'm going to column these instead of separating them up. If I had f of x, and I'm going over here is g of x, a couple of things that I can do. If I let f of x, or g of x equal 3x plus 7, then f of x would have been 1 over square root of x. Remember, take out the 3x plus 7 and replace it with x. X must be part of g of x. Another example, maybe it's 3x. So then f of x would have been 1 over square root of x plus 7. Remember, we're just replacing this x with the 3x. What about g of x being the whole radical? 3x plus 7. That meant f of x would have simply been 1 over x. Now, one of the things I have to throw in there, I know I said you can't use just x. I didn't say anything that was wrong with 1 over x. Okay, so I actually gave you 3 examples on that one. So let's try another one. This one's got a few going on. F of x, g of x, and let's start with an obvious. Maybe square root of x. So what would have been left for f of x? X minus 3 to the 4th power. We can take the whole inside out. Square root of x minus 3, so we're left with x to the 4th. Now here's one that you guys may not see. Radical x minus 3 squared. So what did I leave behind over here? Well, if you remember your exponent rules, if you raise a power to a power, you multiply. Well, 2 times what's going to get me 4? 2. So this would be x squared. Not a typical one. Most likely this was what it was originally. I can do the same thing on the previous ones. Most likely it was this one. On this one here, most likely it was this one. Okay, so let's look at, I don't want to say more complicated, just a little bit more interesting one. Okay, f of x, g of x. Okay, again, you cannot let one or the other be x. So we don't have a lot of choices, believe it or not. So I'm going to leave the radical on it and say this is square root of 1 plus x. Well, that would make f of x the square root of 1 plus x. Take out the x and put that inside, get the same exact thing. This would have been, by the way, f of f. That would just mean f of x equal g of x. Another one would have been just the 1 plus x. Then over here you would have had the square root of 1 plus square root of x. Notice I didn't take the radical, so it has to still be over here. Again, most likely, actually either or. This case would have been f of x, and yes, you can do that. All right. By the way, notice no domain. Actually, it would restrict our decomposition if they told us the domain. Okay, this one here, only so that we have one to work with together in class, I'm going to leave this one for class, for us to work on it tomorrow. So come up with ideas, though, of what you would pull out. There is more than one answer on this one, some of them not as obvious as others, and we'll see how we go. So see what you do. Can you come up with at least one example of f of x and g of x that will make this work? All right, very short videos. The two of them, I could have made this as one video. The two of them together is about 20 minutes. So good luck on both of them.